For countless years, people have used silver and gold as their primary currency. And over those years, some of it was lost, stashed, or otherwise taken and hidden from history. These are the stories of America's buried treasures in your neck of the woods. With Halloween fast approaching, I thought I'd share a different kind of treasure story. This one's a little bit more macabre. Today's tale takes us to Cumberland County, Maine, for the story of Egyptian mummies buried near Portland, Maine. Around the mid-1800s, treasure hunting and exploring became a popular thing. Folks on the East Coast were said to have had a heyday looking for lost pirate treasures that had always been rumored to dot the coast of America's Atlantic Ocean. But over in Europe, all eyes seemed to be on Egypt. Explorers were writing back to home in universities about the strange buildings and massive stones beneath the desert sands. The more they explored, the more they found. Explorers were amazed when they would find bodies that had been mummified. When found, these artifacts, corpses, were packed up and shipped west, back to Europe, where museums, institutions, scholars, and even collectors wanted them. While it's unknown how many were removed from Egypt and shipped abroad, it is thought to be in the thousands. While it'd be considered unheard of today, back in the 1800s, people would buy these mummies and have mummy opening parties, where they'd invite their guests over to see what lay beneath the linen. Today, some of these mummies are still on the collector's market and sell for tens of thousands of dollars. I believe some things should stay buried. I don't plan on going to Maine to dig this one up, but here's the story. In 1857, up till the Civil War, northern paper makers were having a problem. They couldn't get the cotton or rags needed to add to the wood fibers to create a strong paper. Newspaper publishers and print shops were obviously hit the hardest, sending a large number of them out of business. One Portland, Maine printer, Augustus Stanwood, was also hit by the rag shortage and feared he'd lose it all. One night, while drinking at the bar with an old sea captain, Augustus told him his problem of not being able to get the fine rags needed to make paper. The captain, having been running cargo from the Mediterranean to America, suggested that the linens from Egyptian mummies would be perfect. It's unknown if alcohol played a factor in his decision, but a deal was made for the captain to bring back several dozen mummies for him on his next journey. As promised, the captain delivered, and Mr. Stanwood transported them to his property, where he stored them in pits for protection. Over the next few years, as the war began, Augustus was able to create the paper he needed from the linens of the dead to stay alive as a printer. It said he used the linens from about half the mummies he had obtained from abroad before Union forces broke the lines of the South, freeing up the cotton previously being withheld. With the linen shortage over, Augustus tried to sell the remaining mummies to schools or collectors, but there wasn't much interest in someone else's history with a war at your own door. Not having anywhere else to put them, Augustus left them in the pits. It's unknown what he did with the bones removed from the mummy's linens that he did use. Don't know if they were discarded or stored, maybe in the pits, maybe not. After Augustus Stanwood died, there was no word of the mummies or what had happened to him. Those who even know he hadn't just assumed that they were in the same place he'd left them, and most likely where they still are. So, if you're interested in hunting something a bit morbid, or perhaps just want to search for a ghost or two, you'll need to do the research from here. The story states that Augustus Stanwood was a printer in Portland, Maine, and lived about 10 miles southwest of town. Maybe an old plot map or a record search could turn up something. But like I said, I think some things are better left buried. Happy Halloween. Good luck. Happy hunting. Keep on digging it. Please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Hit that notification button to follow me on YouTube. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you enjoyed. Good luck, happy hunting, keep on digging it. For even more to explore, check out these other videos.